Like anger, you mean? Or
screaming at them, you know, screaming at yourself. You know, I guess there's I mean, I've let out some pretty loud yells at myself that were pretty effective, I think. You know, I think so that there's a time and a place for it. We know that pushing down of emotion is not healthy. We know that. But of course, you know, we have to behave ourselves, right? All the data tell us that, you know, this vagus nerve thing, I did an episode about this last year that really opened up my eyes. You know, we all know the mind and body are connected. The vagus is the connection between the mind and body. More serotonin is made in the gut than the brain, but I had no idea, even though I teach neuroanatomy, I had no idea how far the research has come in the last like 4 years. Basically, the vagus can be summarized this way. It collects sensory information from your whole body, heart rate, lungs, how full they are, your gut, the status of it, conscious and unconscious stuff, and it's sent up to your brain. Like 85% of the vagus nerve pathway is sensory. It's stuff going up to your brain. It's feeding your brain information, about the status of your body and what it's experiencing. And then there's about 20% that's descending information that is motor. It's controlling your heart rate. It's controlling how full your lungs get or how not full your lungs get. And so it's a bidirectional pathway. And we've heard so much about it being parasympathetic. It's a calming system. But it turns out that it's a system that's positioned to understand when you're packing something down. You know, that packing down that we're all familiar with because it's like not the appropriate time for something, or you don't, you know, you just don't want to feel what you're feeling.
Stuffing.
Yeah, sadly, I mean, I can say, and I think I'm certainly not alone in this. I can remember one particular event in my, you know, childhood history where I remember feeling something and I was like, wow, that's good. I can do that. I can like pack that down. That turned out to be not so great. It turned out to be not so great. But the ability to pick time and place for and way of expressing emotions is obviously key. Yeah. But emotions are the gateway to plasticity. Your music experience and practice certainly acknowledges that. You know, we talk about peak and awe experiences. We never forget those. And on the darker side of things, you know, traumatic experiences, we can unload the emotional component of those through things like cognitive behavioral therapy, EMDR. These days there's a lot of interest in, it's not really a psychedelic, but in pathogenic therapies like MDMA, which by the way is still Schedule 1, it's still illegal. I have to point that out. And maybe we'll get FDA approval this year. If you ask me, I'm hoping for FDA approval. But they need the proper safety checks in place. The question is, who are going to be the therapists? How is this therapy going to be done when people are in a state of vulnerability? So some really serious issues. And despite what you can say about government and the FDA under any political leadership, you know, they really do. There are good people who want to protect people from harm. So, but I think with empathogenic help, you can, you know, learn to emote more easily. And have empathy for self is a big part of being able to tolerate emotion. So emotions are a wonderful aspect of life. It's about being able to control time, place, and way of expression. But yeah, I think crying into your pillow every once in a while is pretty healthy. Yeah, I do. I think it's a good thing to do, and no one has to see it unless you do it on a podcast. So, you know.
Okay.